Our planet, a blue marble in the vastness of space. From the cold, dark depths to the sunlit surface, it's the oceans that truly define our world. Covering over 70% of Earth, these watery realms are not just breathtaking in their beauty, they hold the very keys to understanding life itself. For within their hidden depths lies the story of our origins, the grand narrative of evolution. Imagine a time billions of years ago, our planet young and volatile. In those primordial seas, life first flickered into existence. Simple, single-celled organisms, the very first inhabitants of our world. It was here in this marine cradle that the incredible journey of evolution began. From these humble origins, an extraordinary tapestry of life would unfold. Over eons, driven by the forces of natural selection, these early life forms diversified, adapted, and ultimately thrived. This is the story of marine evolution, a tale of survival, adaptation, and breathtaking diversity. We'll journey through time, witnessing the rise of bizarre and wonderful creatures, from the emergence of the first fish to the reign of giant reptiles, and finally, to the awe-inspiring marine mammals we know today. Prepare to be amazed as we dive into the depths of this incredible saga, exploring the fascinating journey of marine evolution. Our journey begins billions of years ago, in the depths of the primordial ocean. Picture a world vastly different from our own. The air is thick with volcanic gases, the land barren and volcanic, but the oceans, teeming with a rich chemical broth, hold the promise of life. This primordial soup, as it's known, was a cauldron of inorganic molecules, water, methane, ammonia, swirling under the relentless energy of the young sun. It's within this chaotic mix that the seeds of life would be sown. Over millions of years, driven by lightning strikes and geothermal heat, these simple molecules began to interact. They collided, bonded, and rearranged themselves in an intricate dance of chemistry. From this chemical ballet emerged the building blocks of life: amino acids, the precursors to proteins, the workhorses of all living cells. These amino acids linked together, forming peptides, then polypeptides, ever increasing in complexity. And then, a pivotal moment, a spark of life in the primordial darkness. The first self-replicating molecules emerged, capable of copying themselves and passing on genetic information. These were the earliest ancestors of all life on Earth, simple single-celled organisms yet possessing the miraculous ability to reproduce and evolve. They were incredibly tiny, these first pioneers of life, their world a microscopic realm within the vastness of the ocean. These early organisms, fueled by the energy of the sun, began to spread, colonizing the ancient oceans. They were the first photosynthetic life forms, releasing oxygen as a byproduct of their existence. Over eons, oxygen levels in the oceans and the atmosphere gradually increased, paving the way for a new era of life. This rise of oxygen was toxic to some early life forms, driving further evolutionary change. But for others, oxygen offered a new and powerful source of energy. Cells became more complex, developing specialized structures to harness this energy. The stage was set for a dramatic leap in evolution, the emergence of the first multicellular organisms. For billions of years, life on Earth existed solely as single-celled organisms, microscopic entities going about their business in the vastness of the ocean. But around 600 million years ago, something extraordinary happened. Cells began to cooperate, joining forces to create something entirely new: multicellular life. Imagine the possibilities. Cells, once independent units, now working together, specializing, forming tissues, organs, eventually, entire organisms. This was a pivotal turning point in the history of life. Multicellularity unleashed a wave of diversity, paving the way for the incredible array of plants and animals we see today. This newfound complexity wasn't a slow, gradual process. It was as if life itself had hit fast forward. Over a period of just a few million years, a blink of an eye in geological time, the oceans erupted with an astonishing diversity of life forms. This period, known as the Cambrian Explosion, witnessed the emergence of most of the major animal groups we know today. Creatures with bizarre and wonderful body plans appeared. Trilobites, with their segmented bodies and compound eyes, roamed the seafloor. Anomalocaris, a fearsome predator with grasping appendages and a circular mouth, stalked its prey. The Cambrian seas were a riot of experimentation, a testament to the boundless creativity of evolution. This explosion of life wasn't just about diversity of form, it also marked a crucial innovation, the development of hard parts. Shells, skeletons, exoskeletons began to emerge, offering protection and support. These hard parts, often made of calcium carbonate, provided a distinct advantage in the struggle for survival. Animals with shells were better protected from predators. Those with skeletons could grow larger, move more efficiently, and outcompete their softer-bodied counterparts. The oceans were transforming, becoming a battleground where armor and agility were key to survival. With the advent of hard parts, the stage was set for a new kind of ecological interaction: predation. Animals developed increasingly sophisticated ways to hunt and kill. Jaws evolved, lined with sharp teeth, capable of crushing shells and tearing flesh. Speed and agility became paramount, as both predator and prey engaged in a deadly dance of survival. The oceans were no longer a peaceful garden of filter feeders. They had become a fierce arena where the constant pressure of predation drove further innovation and evolutionary change. The arms race between predator and prey was on, shaping the destiny of life in the oceans for millennia to come. As the Cambrian period gave way to the Ordovician and then the Silurian, the oceans continued to teem with life. Predation had spurred an evolutionary arms race, favoring those creatures with speed, agility, and cunning. From this crucible of competition emerged a new breed of hunter, the fish. These sleek, streamlined creatures with their powerful tails and newfound jaws were perfectly adapted for life in the water. Early fish, like their invertebrate ancestors, relied on a cartilaginous skeleton, lighter and more flexible than bone. They were masters of maneuverability, darting through the water with astonishing speed and precision. Their senses, too, were finely honed. Lateral lines running along their bodies allowed them to detect the slightest vibrations in the water, giving them an edge in the hunt for prey. Fish quickly rose to dominance in the oceans, diversifying into a bewildering array of shapes and sizes. Their fins evolved into more complex forms. Some fish developed bony supports within their fins. Lobe-finned fish possessed powerful muscles and articulated joints. From these beginnings, the first vertebrates ventured onto land. This was no sudden leap, but a gradual transition driven by natural selection. Over millions of years, pioneering fish adapted to their new terrestrial home. Their fins evolved into limbs capable of supporting their weight on land. Their lungs became their primary means of respiration. This transition was pivotal in the history of life on Earth. The legacy of marine evolution is etched not just in the fossil record, but in the very fabric of our own bodies. The bones in our limbs, the structure of our skulls, even the way our embryos develop, all hark back to our aquatic ancestors. The next time you look at a fish, consider this. You are looking at a distant relative, a fellow traveler on the long and winding road of evolution. Our journey began in the oceans, and the mark of that watery cradle is forever imprinted upon us. But the story of marine evolution doesn't end there. Join us in the next act as we explore the incredible diversity of life that flourishes in our planet's oceans, from the vibrant coral reefs to the mysterious depths of the abyss. Our journey through marine evolution has taken us from the primordial soup to the first vertebrates to conquer the land. The oceans, the cradle of life, still hold countless wonders. Coral reefs, often called the rainforests of the sea, are vibrant ecosystems. These underwater cities, built by tiny animals called polyps, are a kaleidoscope of color and life. But the wonders of the ocean are not confined to the sunlit surface. Descend into the twilight zone and you'll encounter creatures that seem straight out of science fiction. Venture deeper still, into the abyssal plane, a world of perpetual darkness and crushing pressure. Here, life takes on strange and often bizarre forms. Anglerfish, with their bioluminescent lures, dangle the promise of a meal to attract unsuspecting prey. Giant squid, their tentacles reaching lengths of over 40 feet, engage in battles with sperm whales, leaving behind scars as testament to their epic encounters. Hydrothermal vents, spewing forth superheated water rich in chemicals, support unique ecosystems. Giant tube worms, thriving in the absence of sunlight, rely on symbiotic bacteria to convert these chemicals into energy. The deep ocean, once thought to be a barren wasteland, is teeming with life, adapted to thrive in the most extreme environments on Earth. But the oceans are also home to giants, creatures of immense size and grace. Whales, descendants of land mammals that return to the sea, are a testament to the power of adaptation. The blue whale, the largest animal to have ever lived, dwarfs even the largest dinosaurs. These gentle giants feeding on tiny krill roam the vast expanse of the ocean, their haunting songs echoing across the waves. Sharks too have evolved into formidable predators. The great white shark with its rows of razor-sharp teeth is a top predator, its sleek body perfectly designed for speed and agility. These marine giants, both gentle and fearsome, are a vital part of the ocean's intricate web of life. They remind us of the incredible power and beauty of the natural world, a world that we are only just beginning to understand. Our journey through marine evolution has filled us with awe. But today, this extraordinary tapestry of life faces a grave threat from humanity. Our relationship with this vital ecosystem has become unbalanced. Pollution has now reached every corner of our oceans. Coral reefs are bleaching and dying at an alarming rate. Our appetite for seafood has led to overfishing on a massive scale. Fish stocks are collapsing, disrupting food chains and livelihoods. Climate change is altering the chemistry of our oceans. Marine life struggles to adapt to warming, acidic waters. Coral reefs die, fish shift ranges, disrupting ecosystems. The future of our oceans, and indeed the future of our planet, depends on the choices we make today. The time for complacency is over. We must become guardians of the deep, stewards of this precious legacy. Reducing our reliance on fossil fuels is paramount. We must transition to cleaner, more sustainable sources of energy to mitigate the impacts of climate change. Our oceans and the life they support depend on it. Sustainable fishing practices are crucial to allow fish stocks to replenish and thrive. We must demand responsibly sourced seafood and support policies that protect marine ecosystems. Reducing our plastic consumption and properly disposing of waste is essential to stemming the tide of pollution. Every piece of plastic that enters our oceans is a threat to marine life. The challenges facing our oceans may seem daunting, but they are not insurmountable. Each and every one of us has a role to play in protecting this vital ecosystem. Support organizations dedicated to ocean conservation. Educate yourself and others about the threats facing our oceans. Make conscious choices in your daily life to reduce your impact. The ocean is not just a vast, indifferent expanse of water. It is a living, breathing ecosystem, teeming with life that is both resilient and fragile. It is our life support system, our planet's beating heart. The future of marine evolution, and indeed the future of our planet, is in our hands. Let us choose wisely. Let us choose to be the generation that turned the tide, the generation that secured a healthy and vibrant future for our oceans and all those who depend on them. From the microscopic organisms that first populated the primordial soup to the awe-inspiring giants that roam the oceans today, the story of marine evolution is a testament to the enduring power of life. It's a story of adaptation, competition, and ultimately, survival. Life in our oceans has weathered countless storms, from mass extinctions to dramatic shifts in climate. And yet, it has always found a way to endure, to evolve, to diversify into new and wondrous forms. The oceans face unprecedented challenges from climate change and pollution, to overfishing and habitat destruction. The choices we make today will determine the fate of our oceans. We can choose a path that prioritizes conservation and sustainability. The health of our oceans is our health. We must embrace a future where humanity lives in harmony with nature. The challenges facing our oceans may seem daunting, but they are not insurmountable. Each and every one of us has the power to make a difference. We can all be stewards of the sea, champions for change, support organizations dedicated to ocean conservation. Make sustainable choices in your daily life. Reduce your carbon footprint. Choose sustainably sourced seafood. Educate yourself and others about the importance of ocean conservation. Our voices, combined, can create a wave of change that can wash over the globe, protecting our oceans for generations to come. Let the story of marine evolution inspire us to create a future where both humanity and the oceans can thrive. The deep calls to us. Will we answer?